and let them know about our legacy, our past, hopefully so that they will understand the world they live in today better and can go on and continue to make changes, because there are a lot of things that still need to be done. I have a young friend that says, Gloria, when you going to get off the bus? And I said, well, I guess I'll get off the bus when Jesus calls me, because it's not over yet. That's when I get off the bus. So, you know, we have new Jim Crowism. It's not over yet. And that's the main thing we're trying to do, is to keep the story, keep it alive, keep it real, and make sure that the truth is told, because a lot of people are putting out misinformation, and we try to correct that because we were there, and they're secondary to those events. But we are very active in the community, and one of the main focuses that we have now that Kwame may like to address is trying to get this city to put up a monument to commemorate and recognize the struggles that people went through. Some people went on to national acclaim, like John Lewis and Bevel and Marion Barry. They became mayors and Congress people. But a lot of people suffered. Some became, because of the movement, became alcoholics, committed suicide, have injuries and mental and physical things, you know, and people suffered. And this city, I'm gonna just say, it is shameful that we do not have something to commemorate that. We're known as the Music City. We ought to be known as the cradle of the civil rights movement, and we should have something to show for that. We've got the library, but you got to go in the library to know that. They've got the new convention center there. Why don't we have a place there where people can get up and have a walking tour of the downtown area that would end up at some significant tribute to those that have suffered.
Now, that has happened around a large number of cities, has it not?
Yes. Almost every city except, every city except Nashville.
Let's, during these last few minutes, let's talk about the Civil Rights Monument, and let's talk about it within the context of you being involved in the Soldiers Monument, the Nashville 1864 Battle of Nashville, and et cetera, and all the work that you and others did in reference to bringing that forth, and perhaps we might be able to use that as an example of what could be done in the with the Civil Rights Monument as such.
Well, in 1979, we started paying tribute to the black men who fought right here in Nashville during the Civil War Battle, 1864. After about 20 years, we realized there was no monument to those men who gave their lives, their last full measure, as Lincoln said in the Gettysburg Address, right? We raised $85,000 over a 5-year period. We erected the only life-size bronze statue of a black soldier in America. We put that in the National Military Cemetery right now on Gallatin Road. Now, it took a lot of people. It took veterans. It took a lot of white congregations. It took a lot of historians, Boy Scouts, to raise that money. But that statue is there forever to give testimony that we helped build this nation with our blood. That's the kind of attributes I think Nashville should be proud of. They have the only statue. Same thing with the civil rights. Every city has a major monument. We just got back from a trip with 20 kids to Birmingham and Montgomery, 2 days. They saw at least 7 different examples of how those cities pay tribute to the people from those cities who made America better. You would think Nashville, being the best movement in the country, would have a groundswell of support. Put at least $700,000 in a major monument. Say, this is Nashville's contribution to the country. Music City is fine, but why not pay tribute to the fact that we were Movement City along with Music City? And that's what we're wanting Nashville to do. We shouldn't have to beg people to do that. The Chamber of Commerce ought to say, we want to put Nashville on the map, like Birmingham. Because we did things that nobody did. And that should be something you target for tourist attractions. That are folks to come here just to see the monument that Nashville should have had.
Very good. And of course, we've just about ended this show for today. Have you got any additional statements, Professor McKissack, to make in reference to the photographs that you have, or how people might have access to some of the information that you have there?
Well, these photos, probably we'll see them soon in the newspaper, but this, like Kwame said, was just a group of children that we carried. Not only have we carried them to cities with monuments, but we've also carried them to Clinton, Tennessee, and other significant places that have to do with the civil rights movement. And we just hope that Nashville sees the importance not only of the movement, the civil rights movement, the Nashville significance to the movement, but will get on board with us and help to make this possible. This is important to our youth, because they just don't know, and it's our responsibility as their elders, as their parents, and as a community to inform these young people. And the rest of the nation.
And both of you believe that such a monument would be an added attraction in a real sense to draw people to this great Nashville that we're all looking forward to, especially with the addition of the new convention center and et cetera. All of those things would be important and playing into what the two of you are talking about. Is that what we're saying here today?
Absolutely.
Very good. And of course, let me encourage our audience to tune in again next week for another informative edition of Comments. Thank you and good morning.